Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we'll be doing about packaging of DNA helix. So in the previous video we have discussed about the length of DNA, which is determined by uh, the length of DNA is determined by the nucleotides number of nucleotides present in it, or it can also be determined by the number of base pairs. Now, the length of the DNA is not only determined by how many base pairs are present in the DNA helix, because I have already told you, if in a helix, if in a helix there are number of base pairs, but not only base pair, number of base pair present in a helix into the distance between the distance between the two base pair, because this also, the distance between the two base pair also constitute the constitute in the length of DNA helix. Okay, so the length is actually determined by number of base pair into 0.34 nanometer, which is the distance between the two base pair. Okay, so what we will get will be the final length. So we have already known in the previous videos that the length of the DNA, it varies from species to species. Okay, so in a majority of species the length of the DNA is very long. So we need to know that how it is packaged into very minute microscopic nucleus. So there is a special mechanism involved in the packaging of DNA into the nucleus. Okay, nucleus that is also present inside the cell cytoplasm. So talking about prokaryotes, okay, prokaryotic cell, since we know that prokaryotic cell, they do not have a properly bounded nucleus, and we know that these DNA are present inside the nucleus. Since prokaryotes do not have properly bounded nucleus, okay, their DNA is organized in a large loop. Loop means like this, okay, loop-like structure. So in prokaryotic cell, the DNA is organized into large loops, and which are held together, okay, which are held together by some of the proteins, okay, which are positively charged. I am talking about prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, the DNA is held in a loop-like structure, okay, and which is held together through positively charged proteins. Okay, now talking about eukaryotes, eukaryotic cell, majority of species are eukaryotic, because we have already discussed in the previous video that prokaryotic cell, okay, prokaryotic cell are present in bacteria only. Okay, bacterial cell are prokaryotic cell. So in eukaryotic cell, all the organelles, as well as cell itself is properly bounded by the membrane. Okay, so we know that inside the cell there is a properly bounded nucleus, and inside the nucleus present our DNA. Okay, so now inside the nucleus, how this long lengthy DNA are packaged inside the nucleus, very important. Now this DNA, okay, in eukaryotic cell, the DNA is wrapped around positively charged histone octamer. Octamer means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. This is just the rough diagram I'm drawing here. Okay, in your book it is given like a single spherical shape is shown in your book, but that is not single sphere. That consists of 8 molecules of histone octamer. So this is represented as or one single sphere in your book, but actually it is 8 molecule of histone octamer, okay, which is positively charged. All right, so this histone octamer, okay, this is histone octamer. It's a positively charged proteins, okay, histone octamer. Now these histone are, they are rich in amino acids, lysines and arginine. So these two amino acid, okay, or proteins, they are present in the histone octamer, which are positively charged. Now this DNA, okay, there are so many histone octamer present inside the nucleus, and the DNA is wrapped around this histone octamer, okay. This double helix DNA is wrapped around this histone octamer, okay, like this. They are wrapped around this histone octamer, like this. All right, they are wrapped around. So there are so many histone octamer, and DNA are wrapped around this positively charged histone octamer. So when you look into the microscope, okay, when you look at this diagram, you will see this structure as beads on string, okay, this structure. So now when this histone octamer, okay, when the DNA is wrapped around this histone octamer, then the structure is called nucleosome, okay. See, histone octamer, there are so many histone octamers, okay, and when the DNA double helix, it's a double helix, okay, DNA double helix is wrapped around the histone octamer, then this structure, okay, the histone octamer where DNA is wrapped, this structure is then called nucleosome. So there are so many nucleosome, okay, there are so many nucleosome. Now, and this structure, okay, so many nucleosome, when they are seen, it appears as beads on a string, and these structures are nothing but they are chromatin. They are called chromatin, okay. This DNA, this wrapped DNA, this structure are called chromatin, okay. Now this chromatin beads on a string structure, they again further condensed, okay, they condensed. So in class 11 there is one topic called cell cycle and cell division. In that chapter, I'm sure you all have come across all the stages of cell division, cell cycle. So there is one stage called metaphase stage, where, okay, the chromosomes comes to lie at the center of the cell. So this structure, egg-shaped structure, you can see, okay, in the microscope. This structure are nothing but highly condensed chromatin fiber, okay. This chromatin, it is very long. I'm drawing only two, there are so many, okay, it is very long. So this chromatin fiber, they further condensed, okay, during the cell division cycle, they further condensed and they form egg-shaped structure, which are then called chromosomes, okay. loosely condensed DNA molecule, okay, when they are wrapped around histone octamer and they form the structure, that structure is called chromatin, okay. And when chromatin, long fiber of chromatin further condensed and which is visible in the metaphase stage of cell division cycle under the microscope, okay, when we see, it appears X-shaped structure, and that structure are then called chromosomes, which is highly condensed DNA molecule, highly condensed DNA, okay. All right, now an additional set of non-histone chromosomal protein is also required, okay. Additional set of non-histone proteins, they are also required for further condensed of this chromosome, okay, for further of the chromosomes, okay. Non-histone proteins are also required for further condensing the chromosome structure in some of the higher organization or higher species, okay. So when this chromatin, okay, talking about chromatin again, when this chromatin are observed, okay, when this chromatin are observed, we observe two types of parts, okay. One is loosely packed, that means this bead on string, okay, like this, they are loosely condensed, okay, loosely condensed chromatin, okay, which get lighter stain when we dye this chromosome, okay. Stain are nothing but coloring substances, okay. When we color this chromatin for observing, okay, for observation, then some of the loosely packed, if the chromatin are loosely condensed or loosely packed, then they cannot absorb much of the stains, okay. That's why they appear lighter in color, okay. And that portion is called euchromatin. That region of the chromatin is called euchromatin, where stain is not absorbed much because they are loosely packed, okay. And that portion of the chromatin, it is called euchromatin, okay. And similarly, densely packed region are also there in the chromatin, okay, which is very densely packed, okay. And this region appears darker because they can absorb much of the stain and are visible, and which appears darker, and this region is called heterochromatin. This region is called heterochromatin, okay. And very, very important, another thing, the transcriptional activity of euchromatin is more than heterochromatin. That means transcriptional activity means, now I have already told you that DNA is transcribed into RNA, okay, and RNA is translated into proteins. So these DNA, okay, when they condense, they first form chromatin, okay, then form chromosomes. DNA condensed, wrapped around histone octamer to form chromatin. Chromatin again further condensed to form X-shaped chromosomes. All right, so DNA is transcribed into mRNA, and okay, when we talk about this DNA, condensed chromatin, okay, condensed DNA chromatin structure, the lighter chromatin which is loosely packed, they are transcriptionally active. That portion gets transcribed into mRNA. But heterochromatin are transcriptionally passive. That means they do not take part in transcription activity. That is, this part of DNA is not transcribed into mRNA. Only those DNA that are loosely packed, okay, they are transcribed into mRNA. That means these loosely packed euchromatin are more transcriptionally active part of the DNA. All right, so this is all about packaging of DNA. All right, so when you look into your book, let me show you first. Okay, when you look into your book, okay, you can see here in this figure 6.4, this structure is given. These are nothing but one nucleosome. I've already told you there are so many nucleosomes, okay, and which appears as beads on string. So can you see that? Circular and thread-like structure, circular and thread-like structure. So it appears as beads on string structure, these chromatins, okay. And when we consider only one, that one structure is called nucleosome, okay. When the histone octamer, you can see here it is given only one spherical shape, but this one sphere are nothing but 8 molecules of histone octamer which is positively charged, and the DNA double helix is wrapped around this histone octamer to form this structure called nucleosome, okay. So many nucleosomes, they comes together, they form chromatin fiber, okay. That means it is lightly condensed structure of DNA, and when this chromatin fiber further condensed, they form X-shaped structure which is called chromosomes, okay. So very, very simple. That means at first DNA is wrapped around histone octamer. So many histone octamer comes together, okay. That means so many nucleosomes comes together, they form chromatin fiber, and chromatin fiber further condensed and they form chromosomes. So this way the DNA is packed into small nucleus, okay, small nucleus which is present inside the cell cytoplasm. So this is all about packaging of DNA helix. So in the next video we'll be doing about the search for genetic material. So I hope it is clear for you all. Thank you very much.